Massie?
Yes, here, Brian Massie. Thank you very much. My name is Brian Massie, 8196 Rainbow Drive, Concord Township. I'm have a group called Lobbyists for Citizens online newspaper. I am a taxpayer that has assessed property taxes to fund Auburn Career Center. I've been made aware of a 12-year dispute between Auburn Career Center and the Career Technical Association. The facts, as I know them, are that there was a dispute over school paying for a planning period for teachers for 12 years ago. The original amount in dispute was approximately $144,000. The dispute was taken to Common Pleas Court. It was elevated to the Appellate Court and remanded back to the Common Pleas. Then again, it was elevated to the Appellate Court, which agreed with the teachers. Finally, it was further elevated to the Supreme Court, which found no error in the Appellate Court decision. All final court decisions have been in favor of the teachers, even the payment of the STRS benefits that are in constant dispute. Auburn, per their press release, has set aside $1,486,045.78 to fulfill what they believe is their obligation to the teachers. However, Auburn refuses to pay the required STRS obligation. That obligation has ballooned to approximately $427,000 and will continue to grow. When we consider the legal fees paid by Auburn to date on this case, and we've sent a public records request asking for an update, but we have learned that the amount is more than $800,000. As I see it, for an initial $144,000 dispute, Auburn Careers Management has spent or will spend $2.7 million of the taxpayers' money. In my opinion, the suit should never have been brought. I also find it quite alarming that the Auburn board members are appointed by the school districts and not elected by the people. I've been told Mr. Hack, the newest member, represents all 7 Lake County school boards because he was elected to the ESC board. If board members are not elected by the people, to whom do we bring our complaints for redress of our grievances, as our First Amendment right in the U.S. Constitution permits? We realize this arrangement must be addressed by our state legislators. No taxing authority should collect property taxes without the taxpayers having the ability to address any problems with their elected representatives. In reading the vast number of documents, I failed to see any mention of what is in the best interest of the taxpayers that are paying property taxes to fund Auburn Career Center. Are we expected just to pay the bills and remain silent? That will not happen. I'd like to leave the board and the administration with a definition of nonfeasance, misfeasance, and malfeasance. Nonfeasance is the failure to act when action is required, willfully or in neglect. Nonfeasance is similar to omission. Misfeasance is the willful, inappropriate action or intentional, incorrect action or advice. Malfeasance is the willful and intentional action that injures a party. It appears to this taxpayer that Auburn was guilty of nonfeasance at the beginning of the dispute with the teachers. Based on what information I have received, it appears that the board and the administration moved into the area of misfeasance when they brought multiple lawsuits and lost each time. The board and the administration has moved to malfeasance because they overtly continue to ignore and subvert the court rulings, furthering unnecessary costs, harming the employees of Auburn Career Center, and further burdening the taxpayers of Lake County. You are wasting our money that is collected via property taxes. This board's non-performance is injuring a lot of people. It is time to stop with your continued stall and delay tactics. If there's any pertinent information that you may have that influences the actions taken by the board or administration or Auburn Career Center, please provide it to the taxpayers. This would include, but not limit to, documentation that supports Auburn's decision. We are committed to informing all of Lake County residents of Auburn's untenable position on this matter, and we will proceed with any means to protect the taxpayers of Lake County. We ask that the entire board to hold their administration accountable for their actions, and depending on the findings, this may include board members resigning their positions on the board immediately.